Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. I hope you're having a great day. I'm chilling out, and now it's time for my silly rap intro. Here we go. Hey guys, how you doing now? I could rearrange the words and fill the one style. I did it like forever, now you never get gone. We're gonna have a great time, and I'm feeling y'all. We even talk about Metallica and IB, and we get some D&D running for everything, huh? We got Lurch just chilling in the place, doing D&D art like this. I run away. Hey, I feel the pain like I'm stuck in my brain. I maintain lyrical games and insane. Hey, and thanks for Incredible Box playing this cool beat. Yo, you gotta stop, and it's only ill chill. Now I gotta keep real. Now you know sometimes you can break it like for real. I'm just tripping here. I'm not looking gone. I gotta rap like this. I gotta feel the song. And I get it gone right. And did you understand what I get it gone tight? Now I stand up on the mic when I'm yelling on the right. And then I gotta do it because it's hype.
That was great.
All right. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's one of my new favorite toys. It's like a beatboxing game where you can do different levels and but you can like make your own track using the dude's acapella-ness. So
Yeah,
that's cool. It looks like we might have some issues with your video, Josh, but don't stress. We'll have a good time. Either way, you could be hilarious. No, it's fine. Hilarious. You could actually upload some of your images onto the to the nameplate, and so when you like go off your video, you can like pop up one of your pictures. I'm just playing.
This was like a jump scare.
yeah. But hey, man, thanks for having me on the show. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. And you didn't know that you ran your own podcast.
The Shadow Corporation. Not even I know about it.
You didn't? I didn't know. I've been doing this every week. I didn't even realize.
Really?
But yeah, so when the whole point of this podcast is we talk about what you do, and then we actually make a song, and we always try to keep it music related. And so I actually made a funny quiz for you about Metallica, which it's a finish the lyrics quiz. So don't worry if you can't get it right. I'm not going to be mad at you.
All right.
And and honestly, I don't think I put answers, so I should probably prep the answers for my own well-being. So I'm not like, unless you get them all right, and then I don't have to worry about it. But pretty sure you'll be fine. I'm getting all this ready to go. So
no worries. There's one person by saying I haven't listened to Metallica in a hot minute.
Oh, it's okay. This is meant to be funny and not just knowing everything, so it's fine.
Yeah. I understand.
Don't stress on it. But hence the reason I want to have the answers ready to go.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so you ready? Let me know. Are you ready? Let's see. I need to make a new one because my buddy Trey is not doing the show at the moment, but he's the only one he used to do the quiz. So I have all of his stuff up. So when you look at the video that's about to happen, you'll be like, wait, who's this guy? So welcome. It's time for a quiz. All right. And so this is a Metallica lyric quiz. So I'm calling it for whom the laughs toll is what I'm calling it. Complete this famous line. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me a hug. I'm feeling tired. B, a good reason to retire. C, that which I desire. Or D, some pizza and a quiet choir.
I think it's gonna be C.
Nice. Good try. You got that one correct. That is right. Finish this introspective line from Unforgiven. What I felt, what I know. A, we're just dreams on my phone. B, will be lost once I'm grown. C, turn the pages, my mind's been blown. D, never shine through in that what I've shown.
That would be D. Never shine.
Never shine. I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't know why I'm checking.
It's my favorite Metallica song.
Are you, wait. I might have said them wrong. Let me. All right. So C, turn the pages. My mind's been blown. Or D, never shine through what I've shown.
Never shine through what I've shown.
That is correct. It is D, never shine through what I've shown.
If I got that wrong, I would have been really retrospective about me being a Metallica fan.
That's hilarious. What does Metallica want you to do in Enter Sandman? Exit light. A, enter the couch, get cozy tonight. B, enter night, take my hand. C, close the fridge and save a bite. Or D, dance like you just might.
My hunger is saying take a bite, but I think it's gonna be B.
You are correct. I know that I always mess myself up by not eating before the show. And so do you have your food behind you?
Yes, I do. I got home, grabbed a plate, and ran upstairs.
That's funny. Yeah, no, I understand. I'm regretting. This is the one day I don't cook at the house, because I'm doing the show.
Yeah.
And so I always starve myself this one day.
Oh, no.
But it's fine. Obviously, I have extra resources in my belly, so we'll be fine.
Trust me, I get it too.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Are you enjoying this quiz? It's pretty funny, right?
It's so much fun. I'm loving this.
All right, number 4. Sleep with one eye open. A, and a hand on the TV remote. B, in case your friends play a prank. C, grip your pillow tight. Or D, just kidding. Let's binge watch tonight. I'm sure I know that one.
I'm gonna have to say gripping your pillow tight.
I feel like that Netflix and chill with Metallica is a totally different reference.
My dad used to. Every time I was in the car with Dad, he would always blast Enter Sandman by Metallica. We would just rock out the entire trip. It was so much fun.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have like 3 more questions. You want to go with them, or are you good?
Oh,
I assume you're having fun. All right. Number 5. When Metallica says nothing else matters, what do they really mean? A, the pizza is here, nothing else matters. Oh, speaking of our tummies. B, turn up the volume and forget the chatter. C, you got that nap, none of it matters. D, they're way too cool for small stuff.
I'm gonna have to guess D.
Yeah.
Oh,
it is a D. Never cared for what they do, which is they're ways too cool for that small stuff. Mm-hmm. So I think this one is like maybe it's what it says. I don't really, because I said they say this. What do they really mean? So that one's my own interpretation. All right, here we go. The next one is sad but famously states, I'm your dream, make you real. A, also, I'll help you cook that meal. B, light your night with electric eel. C, your eyes when you must steal. Or D, and I'll steal your favorite cereal.
Hey, don't touch my cereal.
What is your favorite cereal?
I had 2 bowls of Captain Crunch this morning, so I'm gonna say that.
That is my wife's favorite cereal.
It's either that or Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Those are
Cinnamon Toast. I honestly, I think Frosted Flakes. If I had to choose like a cereal that like goated to me, Frosted Flakes is one of those ones. So,
for the answer to the question, it's going to be "I'm your eyes when you must steal."
okay, you are 6 for 6, my man. The last one will make you the grand champion, and you'll get You'll get one of our first characters, which will be one of our merch shirts out here soon. So get excited about this. And it says number 7, the master of puppets. What does the master command? A, order pizza, take a stand. B, get in bed at 9 p.m. C, pull your strings to the very end. Or D, get your laundry out of the sand.
You actually just reminded me I have laundry to take care of.
That's important.
It's going to be C.
That is correct. And I'm very happy for you. That is very exciting. I don't have the stuff ready to go, so you think I would be ready, but I'm not. But you've won. The Golden Donut is telling you you're doing a great job.
Yay, I'm a wiener.
That's my son's design or his idea, Golden Donut, that every day he tells me that we need to start a merch shop. And so he's like, Dad, we need merch. And I'm like, I got you, buddy. We're slowly working it out.
I would love to have that on a t-shirt.
Yeah, no, that'd be pretty. I think it would be pretty cool. Like a little smiley face and like he's just a golden donut.
Yeah.
So he's fancy. My son's hilarious. He's like actually you see the picture behind us, like the skyline and all that stuff. Yeah. That's all my 7-year-old's idea.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
like I just opened Canva and I was like, all right, buddy, what do we want to do? And he's like, he actually chose the color schemes. It's called Heat Wave. Is that weird
really good
purple blue thing? And so he actually made me filter all the different spots. And so then he made me change my YouTube channel to make it look like this. And my logo's even changed to the color scheme. And then when I was talking to my friend who's like a 4-time Grammy nominated artist, and he was like, hey, that new stuff, those new designs that you came up with, man, those are beautiful. And I'm just like, my 7-year-old.
It's a really good color palette. I have a stutter. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. That was actually a pretty cool one.
You can rap about that if you want. I don't mind.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. But actually, the funny part about this picture is that it's the New York landscape. But then also, it has the Burj Khalifa in there too. And then there's just a bunch of random planes that are flying around. But we're covering up the random planes. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have the actual.
2 of them.
If I see the actual picture here. Oh, here you go. Wait, let's see. Let's take us off. Nope. Not us.
Where'd it go?
I'm messing up everything.
It's okay, man. Trust me.
All right, here. Here it comes. Nope, wrong button. The joys of producing yourself. It's like sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. All right, here we go. Bam. Oh, here's a better. There you go. Open. Here you go. Here's an actual image of it for your own entertainment purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Whoa, that's really cool. That's beautiful, actually.
And so the fun part about that is that the sky is like a different, like was just a regular sky image, but he was like, hey, you need to filter that with the same filter you're running everything else through. And when we did that, I was like, oh man, that looks crazy.
It looks amazing. It's
yeah, my boy, he's hilarious. His ideas have actually got us subscribers. So I'm like,
wow,
yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll take it, man. And he's happy about it. Like, honestly, he spends more time. He's like, he spends like Mr. Beast time learning the trends of YouTube. You know, how time to watch it, and I don't think it's on purpose. He does think that I should do horror video game reviews, which I do not think I should do that. But that's funny. He's like, Dad, you get lots of subscribers that way. And he's 100% right, because I'm very hilarious to watch when watching scary movies. And so, actually one of my friends, they're releasing a new movie out in February called Sherlock Holmes Mirror of the Night. And it's like a scary Sherlock Holmes movie.
Yeah.
Like talking about Sherlock Holmes as an old man and dealing with all of his drug addiction and everything. And so it's going to be here in San Antonio in February. Nice. And so I'll send you a link so you can check it out. But I've had them on. I've had the lead actor, the co-stars, the director, and the art director all on the show for the last few years. So it's cool to like see it like being made, because I remember the first time they were talking about it like 2 years ago, and now it's like, oh, it's a thing, it's gonna be done, and I can't wait to see it. Like, and they got it. It's being played at City Base here in San Antonio. So awesome. As their first shows. It's a super indie movie company. So it's not like right now that's the only movie theater it's at. So but there you go. Congratulations on the Metallica quiz and getting yourself an awesome image of the golden donut. And then we talked about other fun stuff. And so, it's funny. I have you on it because I know about your TikTok, and so it's funny how did that even become a thing? I imagine you didn't expect yourself to be doing TikTok D&D art or doing TikTok stuff at all. How did you even get into TikTok?
My brother's gonna kill me. So my brother Jacob, before TikTok was bought out.
He's a Vine guy.
Yeah. Well, not even Vine. It was after Vine. It was this app called
Musically?
Musically, yeah. Jacob posted a bunch of video. My brother, probably shouldn't say his name, posted a bunch of videos on Musically. And after it got bought out and it turned into TikTok, my siblings and I we just like downloaded the app again for fun. And to just like, oh, Jacob, you made this video. And I just said his name again.
You mean random person? Luckily, we're not going to say your last name, so at least it'll be a little harder to figure out who he is.
Yeah. So, how many people in the U.S. are named Jacob?
Yes, I just had Jacob. I just had Jacob at my house help me with my toilet.
Well, it might be him.
Yeah, it could have been him. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. But yeah.
We're like, oh, dude, you made this video, you made that video. We started scrolling through other people's videos. We're like, man, these are kind of good. So that's how I got TikTok. And then several years later, I decided, hey, let's post some funny videos with audio clips for comedy. And then I just kind of stopped doing that because, I don't know, it just kind of got boring. Yeah. And then I started playing D&D with my friends. And, we're talking. And I'm like, you know what? Why don't I make art for my D&D campaigns? And I've been doing that on Sketchpad for a month or two, and then artist block hit me. That was a lot of fun. But recently I've been finding a lot of these Wheel of Faith videos on TikTok, and what those are is that this dude will spin a wheel, species, what you do, all that. And I was like, hey, why don't I do that with my art? Give me some kind of incentive, right? So, I made a bunch of wheels for character species, what they do, the specifics of what they do, and I try to draw it every day. And then I was like, let's make this digital art because I'm not confident enough to color on paper. And I've been having a lot of fun. You know, my ex showed me this one app where I could just take a picture, click of my journal. Journal. I don't know why it wouldn't come to me. I took a picture of my journal, export it to PNG, and put it on the app. Now I do the line art, the colors, and like I said earlier, I try to do something different, something new with every single picture I make. And I feel like I've been steadily improving because of that. It's like there are some photos or some art pictures on my phone. I look at it and think, man, I am so good at this. And then there are others where I'm like, I used to draw like that. The lines were that thick. But the first colorized D&D pictures I made were of my character's backstory, and then it got retconned, so it doesn't matter. But it was originally a tragic story about this goddess wanted a paladin to, I don't know, carry her torch or something like that. But she was a goddess of vengeance, so she wanted to, you know, have him swear vengeance on somebody, and that was the whole backstory. You know, he suffered a loss. He wants to get his get backs, and I drew it, and it was really good. I like how the art turned out. A few pictures of it, not really, but some of them I really like. And I posted on TikTok, and it seemed pretty well received. Don't want to brag, but I think I got about 10 likes.
Oh yeah. This is the guy who has like 80,000 likes on his page. Yeah.
One video I post.
Yeah. I was talking about that. Sorry, 81,000 likes is what the actual number is.
That is just crazy to me.
Yeah, well, the other crazy part about that is that video that has 81,000 likes has like 571,000 views, which the views per likes is not very high.
No. A lot of my art videos average around 200 to 300 views, and I get like 5-10 max likes.
Oh, yeah, dude. I when I list stuff on the podcast on there, or I do a rap, or I do like a killer freestyle, and then I get like 2 likes.
Yeah.
And like my most watched video I think I have is on a YouTube Shorts, and it has like 1,500, and it's literally me asking somebody if we should have a good day or not. It's not even a good clip, and I guess I just picked the right time for it to show up, and they just went off on it. I was like, this is hilarious. Like, oh, but my raps with like Grammy winning artists are not impressive. But a song about but how's your day? I even have this. I think one of my biggest TikToks is I had a guy who's he has like 21 million subscribers on YouTube for his kids music, and we have like probably like 20 likes on that one. Oh. It's like okay, I give up. But no, I keep doing it. And I mean, it's funny how you even say that you just did this to do something. And it's honestly, that's what I did with the podcast. I've been doing the podcast now for 5 years. Yeah. And I just needed to get back into doing rap.
Yeah.
And you know, I have a kid, and I have kids, and I'm married, and so I didn't really have time to go do shows like I used to. And so it was like, or go to the studio and hang out with people. It's like, no, I just had to do something. And I already had a recording studio at the house. So I was like, hey, why don't I just record myself talking? And, you know, and I like podcasts. Why don't I just do that? And then now I've been doing it for 5 years, and, you know, it's been okay. It's actually got me tons of rap gigs, which is hilarious to me. It was like, I've gotten way more jobs because of the podcast, though nobody listens to it. But I've gotten tons of jobs because of it, right?
Yeah.
Says the guy with 10,000 listens. But still, to me, it doesn't feel like a lot.
Hey, as long as you're entertaining people, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, that's the way I approach my TikToks. You know, I told a buddy that I didn't have many likes, and he was like, oh, that's so low. It's like, dog, if you shoved, like, 5 people in a room the size of my bedroom, that's a lot of people. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, this amount of streamers, this amount of streamers. And it's like, as long as I can entertain one person, I'm happy.
Now, if you were a girl, this whole numbers would be totally different.
All I have to do is just do this.
Yeah, well, or you could just start making a little more leaning other directions, and then just go for a better audience. I mean, you're a big guy, so imagine there are people that would be enjoyed by a big guy doing art.
God.
Like,
So many paths to take, so little time. Yes.
I always laugh because I think about those people that like became big TikTok stars, and now you see them, they're like, or Instagram. Now you see they had to kind of swerve to something they didn't really want to do, but they knew that would make them more money, and so as in a different website that I'm not going to mention, but and they'll even say, I think somebody I was watching, like they always are known for just nerdy content, and then was like, I know you think I sold out, but hey, I needed to pay rent, and so this is what people wanted to watch. I'll make what they want to watch. Like it's like, and it's fair. I mean, especially when you're young and you figured out a way to make money, do what you gotta do, man. I'm not here to judge people for their things. Now there are certain standards you have to stand for and do what you want to do. But at the same time, it's like, if you're cool with that, then do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting how it works, but it is funny how it goes. Like having those things and then making that content. Like, do you feel like the way people respond to your oh yeah? So do you find yourself having like any like messed up comments that you're just like, man, I didn't want that, or you're not really in that place where you have a lot of bad comments when it comes to your art or things?
There was this one dude who thought I was trying to be like super edgy, so he immediately assumed I was some kind of like middle schooler, even though I'm like 23 years old.
Sure.
I wanted to respond, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not entertaining this kind of behavior. No. If he wants to act like that, he can act like that alone. I'm not giving him what he wants.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have enough viewers to really get insane comments, but I had one or two where people asked if I was like overweight. I forget what it's called. There's a show called it's not the Zach and Cody one. It's the other one where they're in a it's like a bunch of orphans live in a mansion with a rich lady. What?
Annie? Oh wait, no. Bunch of orphans live in a...
The TV show.
Jesse.
Yeah. So the butler.
Oh.
And somebody was like, "Oh, is that him? Is he rapping now?"
Chamberlain. I follow that guy on TikTok actually.
Yeah, I was like, and I can't be mad at it because I look kind of like him. So
bit, yeah.
I was like, no, it's not who I am.
The dude's an opera singer. Did you know that?
I did know that. But I laughed that somebody was like, "Hey, does he rap now?" And so that was like probably one was, and then like I've had other ones from others content that I made, and it's like, but honestly, the ones that hurt the most were like from people and it's like, come on, you're just being a jerk now, like you don't need to do that. And so it's interesting how it goes, and I think as an artist, you have to understand that you're like, it's your stuff. Like you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to people don't have to like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's their opinion. It's like, as a musician, I've always said that when I write music, I don't write it for somebody else. I write it for me because I think that this is the kind of music that I would want to listen to. Yeah. So it's the same idea, right? Like, it's like, you could definitely become a better artist, right? And like learn how to use your tools more efficiently and do those things and be better at it. But in the long run, it's what you're happy with now. You know what I mean? I bet you look back, just like I look back at my old songs and I go, "Ooh, I could have done that better." But it's fun. Do you enjoy doing the challenges? Like the whole Wheel of Faith thing?
Yeah. I added a new wheel recently to determine if the species is a hybrid.
Yeah. And
I made it a 95% chance that it's not going to be a hybrid species, mainly because those are kind of rare in D&D. But I was spinning the wheels today just so I can get my art idea for tomorrow. Landed dead center and yes. It's a 5% chance. I didn't think I was gonna get that in like months, but nope. 3 days later, I got yes.
I was thinking about this as I was talking to you. Is that you should draw your wheels and like make each one look cool. So that when you're editing it, you can actually, instead of showing the wheel spinning, you can actually show your really cool art for the name of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just like
so.
Yeah,
Like, you know, instead of it just being the wheel of fate that turns and it says, you know, dragon, instead it's you're not spinning your real cool wheel, but instead of showing it, you just throw in your dragon one that shows the picture of it landing on dragon. It's like, oh, there you go. And it just says dragon, right? But it just looks more on brand of your pictures instead of just a random wheel. Just talking out loud.
No, yeah, makes sense.
So
it's gonna be a lot of art I'm gonna have to do though.
Oh yeah, because there's so many wheels, right? How many wheels do you have?
Oh
yeah, I was laughing when I was watching it. I'm like, dude, he needs to stop filming this wheel and just show me the picture. Like it's like a minute of wheels and 10 seconds of reveal.
Every time I post it, I'm like, man, this wheel section is long. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Really? Sorry, my daughter just turned on the TV.
It's all right. I have 20 wheels.
But yeah, so like the idea is like not only, or you can even take out the wheel and just use reactions. So like you spin the wheel and then like it's just images of your face reactions like, what? Oh, you know what I'm saying? Because then it's like, what would grab people's attention, right? And then you just put the list of the things you said that it came up as you're doing the face, right? So instead of having to worry, again, it's like, what will grab people's attention more than the wheel? The wheel is a cool idea, but it's like, it doesn't need to actually be in there for people to enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, I'm just talking out loud after watching the videos. So don't listen to me. You have more views than me. So don't worry about that. But I was just thinking about it. I was like, what can you do to make these things better? So
yeah, it makes sense.
Ooh.
Yeah, usually it's species, alignment, backstory, class, and subclass. Those are like the 5 wheels I spin. Oh yeah, and level, what level they are.
Oh,
so that's
cool.
6, but that's like a full minute. That's like 10 seconds per wheel. I'm always thinking like, man, this is a long time. But you tell me this, they're great ideas. I would love to implement that.
Yeah, well, because if you take out the minute, then you can actually cut your video down percentages. Then people would watch the videos faster. In this situation, that means they'll ingest more episodes or more pieces of it. And again, the thought process is really that's the idea of what I was talking about. Putting the name, the idea is if you could brand your art, if you use your art through the whole video, then that's even cooler because then people are seeing what you're doing. But again, as long as you do, it's hilarious. One of the biggest cheats on YouTube is having an open mouth picture. So long as you're doing this, I'm not even playing. The percentage, it goes up like 37% on the amount of people that look at videos with open mouth pictures compared to pictures without open mouths. And if you watch like really popular YouTubers like Mr. Beast or whatever, you'll see all the pictures are open mouth. It's hilarious how it works, but it's an actual thing. So it's like also making sure your thumbnails look really good instead of there just being the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody wants to look, like if somebody looks at your home screen, they'd rather see the art than see the wheel. You know what I'm saying? And you can change that when you put it in, right? But then at the same time, you don't want to actually put the reveal on the thing either. So it's like, what would be a cool? That's why I was saying, like, if you just did the names, that's what I was like. If you did the wheels, it's a hard one. I don't know how that would work. I'm just talking. So
probably like as the cover, just put a picture of the species for the cover.
Yeah, well, and the cool part is at this point you're slowly starting to build those things, right? Mm-hmm. Like you're starting to build up different versions of those things, so you can actually start making that happen that way.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Anyways, just talking. It's so funny. That's the fun part about doing this. Like again, I don't think that was your plan. Like I was going to spend tons of time on doing D&D art, but and again, I assume the reason that's even of interest to you is just the idea of just hanging out with people and doing this fun thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. There are a few scenes in my D&D campaign that I like to draw out. We got this new character. She's a white dragonborn, and they ended up finding our Kenku Bard, which is like a bird person, kind of like Mordecai from the regular show.
Huh?
But he's like 3.5 feet tall. So
Nice.
she's walking up like, "Oh, hi there, friend." His new character is like my height, like 6.5 feet tall.
Wait. How many feet tall is he?
It's 6.5 feet.
Oh, you said 3.5.
Oh no, the bird is 3.5 feet tall. The dragonborn is 6.5 feet tall.
Makes sense. Yeah, I was confused because I'm like, why is she looking up if he's 3.5 feet tall?
Yeah, it got to the point where I drew the new character just tucked the bird person under their arm. And
yeah.
It's
also, be a funny one is like looking down at the bird person.
Oh yeah, there's this trend going
dragon
around.
Claws. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this trend going around for our community where it's two characters looking at each other, but it's like seriously different height.
Yeah.
And with the beat of the music, it switches from one perspective to the other of like looking at them dead on. And
That's funny.
It's even more funny for when dogs are looking at each other and humans and all that. I've been thinking about doing that too.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun. Now, do you have like do you have any future plans for the TikTok? Or are you kind of like, I know we talked about like what you want to do the rest of your life, but that's not. But for the TikTok, do you have any kind of like future plans, or do you feel like you're just going to do it until you're not feeling it anymore?
Probably that.
Yeah.
I like posting art when I can. When I get to characters like on the wheels, I spun a level 20 at one point, so I thought, hey, I got to make this a little special, and I made like a little comic question mark, and that one was pretty well received. So I'm thinking about maybe doing like once a week, do a little comic series for them, and have my brother voice act for it, because that was my brother on the one video
cool.
that had voice acting on it. He's amazing at what he does.
Oh, that's awesome. That's really cool in the idea of that. And it's funny how it works. Like it's fun to see things that work for you to be happy with it. But it is funny how all the things we're talking about do mesh with each other. Like Metallica and D&D do well together, as we know from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And so it's funny how it works. But then you have like, and then I think we talked about this a little bit, how you're like, but in general, like your humor is also dark, which is funny to me. That it kind of works out. And I guess with the whole Lurch Adams thing helps the cause, right? But then also like you have your pinned one, which is the how people were what y'all do at a funeral.
That was inspired by real life events, by the way. I made that a few years after my grandmother died. And she loved playing Scrabble with us kids. There was 5 of us too.
Yeah.
But the night before her funeral, we all decided to play a few games we decided to play a few games in her honor, and it was just constant yelling, jokes. Oh, this shouldn't be there. We decided to switch up the rules to allow abbreviations, pronouns, and that was fun.
Yeah, Grandma probably wouldn't be able to play Scrabble anymore with how things have changed these days.
I don't know. Playing Scrabble, it brings back a lot of good memories.
That's awesome, man.
And I decided to immortalize that in a video mocking my grandmother's death.
And it went well. People liked it.
Yes.
So, which is funny. And then I love the response. The comments in that section were hilarious because people are like, no, I did that same thing.
Yes, it was so awesome. Someone was like, oh, we play cards once a week in my grandmother's honor. It's like, yes, yes, normalize doing this. It's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's funny how it works. Oh, we had this conversation before, right? You've been to Night Watch games before, right?
Oh yes, I love Night Watch games.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite places. Although the truth is, I haven't been there in like a year, so I need to go. I think last time I went was last November, and so not even this last October, not October last year October. So,
Yeah.
but it's man, I need to go over there. Oh, they just started doing new stuff, and so I was like, oh, I need to. They just had a new Magic release. I was like, oh, I should go play over there, and I didn't. So.
Yeah, I need to. I'd love to check that out, but that's halfway across San Antonio for me.
It's not close. I understand. I know. Yeah, I know. I live on the other side too. That's the reason I haven't been there. I used to live right down the street, and so I used to go all the time. Yeah, and then I moved over here, and I was like, oh, I don't live close anymore. And then it's like I would be able to sneak in there. You know, it wasn't like because my wife would be cool with it, but I'd be doing something else. And I'd be like, all right, I'm over here now. But not anymore. So, it's what it is. That's cool. Do you like, would you want, like, do you imagine yourself expanding your Dungeons and Dragons gaming, or do you feel like you like your group? You're not trying to move to other things. You know, are you going to become a pro Dungeons and Dragons player? Is that a thing?
I've been writing up a campaign for Dungeons and Dragons that is it's like set in the One Piece world.
Oh, that's fun. I do love me. If I'd have known that, I would have worn my One Piece hat. I'm a big fan of Luffy and whatnot. I was just considering if I'm going to get One Piece custom spacebar and escape key, or if I'm going to do Kirby, which both are awesome. But the Kirby comes with an enter key too, and it has all the Kirby's on the spacebar. So, or make my own. I haven't decided yet. But the problem is I've been playing too much Fortnite lately, and my spacebar is broken. So now I have a shift key where my spacebar was. So there's a lot less space for me to hit. So it's still better than in the middle of trying to get from somebody getting you to death. Your spacebar just pops off, and then you're like, oh, where's that button at? But yeah, my son was like, you need to get an escape key too. And I'm like, yeah, I know. And I've been considering getting like a liker one with like dice or something in it. Cause I got my Cherry keyboard, and so it's like, gotta have the cool buttons, but, and then also I need my volume keys set up too. So, but I already have cool keys. I just realized I wanted to upgrade them. So it's been a thing. But yes, One Piece is good stuff. But I said, do you watch a lot of anime, or is it just One Piece?
Let's see. I watch Bleach.
Bleach?
Oh yeah, Bleach is my favorite. Yeah. There's just one called Assassination Classroom that I love to watch from time to time.
Oh, that one's great with the smiley face guy.
Oh, you watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's such a good. Oh,
dude, there's not gonna be an anime you're gonna name that I haven't watched.
Ah, well, okay. Yeah, I watch a few. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I watch way too many. Like, to the point that now at this point, there's some things I save up. Like, I haven't watched this season of My Hero Academia because I just like watching it all at one time with that one. But other ones, like, I'm at the point where I'm just like at the most weirdest isekais you could think of. So, one I was reincarnated as a vending machine is one I really enjoy.
Vending machine, I've never heard of that.
You would probably love it. I know that you would love it, because imagine he's reincarnated in a fantasy world, and he's a vending machine. And so the first episode is his reincarnated by this lake, and a goblin comes up and just starts smashing him. And so he has to figure out how to defend himself as a vending machine. He can't talk or anything because he's a vending machine. Yeah. So he has to upgrade himself to defend himself against the armies. And then from there it just gets more ridiculous, and it's great. So that's how far I've delved into my anime information. Is like, first I like the overpowered guys. Like, there's this one called the the story of a kid from the final dungeon, from the who moves to a starter town.
Oh,
And so it's about this kid who lives in the town right beside the final dungeon, and then he moves to the starter town to become an adventurer.
yeah.
But he's like so OP because he's from the final dungeon.
Yeah.
He has to, so he doesn't die. And so for him, it's like fighting this mega rabbit is not a big deal. But in the starter town, they're like, what is up with this guy? So, and he's oblivious to it, just like, or there's I Parry Everything. Have you seen that one?
I parry everything. It sounds familiar.
That one's about a dude who is not good at anything but parrying, but he's so good at parrying, he can parry anything.
Really? That's
But
cool.
he doesn't believe in himself at all. So he thinks he's the worst in the world, and everybody's just like destroyed by how amazing he is. But he doesn't realize how amazing he is. And so, but yeah, no, there's so much anime. I imagine you like Death Note. I imagine you've seen that.
It's good. Yeah, I like it.
It's definitely not the enjoyable type of anime. It's the this is awesome, but man, it's not like you go rewatch it over and over again. You know, murder movie things.
Yeah.
Or was it? There's one that's like that is very good in general, but it is dark. Which is called. It's a really dumb story. It's a really dumb name. But as the seasons get better, is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon?
Oh God, I've heard of that one.
And that one starts kind of silly, but then like by the third season is so intense. It's like Hunter x Hunter, where it's just like, wow, the too much stuff. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Oh no, it's like Hunter x Hunter, but then I realized I'm now at this point just doing too many references of anime, and yeah. But yeah, so that's fun how it goes. Dungeons and Dragons, TikTok, still doing your thing. Art, getting better at it, doing your thing. Do you have an end point to your art? Is there something that you want to do at the end of the day with art? Like you feel like you'd be, 10 years from now, do you want to do like a book, or do you want to do something like that? Or do you feel like it's, I'm just doing it for fun so I don't go crazy?
There are a bunch of characters I have made that I want to make art for, but I feel like I haven't earned the right to draw them and do them justice just yet. I feel like I'm almost there. Like once I gain some more skill, I'll put all of it into this massive piece of everyone I come up with and just make a comic series. It'd be really cool.
And I thought about this, but then I thought about how disheartening it also could be was because, there's the generative AI and you can do the art. And so it's like, you could for the sake of helping you, right? Like, it's like you could actually put your description of your thing in and then see what it comes up with and then draw your version of it and see how it goes. But at the same time, this is not fair because it's going against it's taking art from fancy people that have been doing this for years, and then you have to go against it. But I find the motivation of it, so a good example, the reason I'm saying this is I heard generative parody songs or raps that AI's done, and I've been like, well, that's good. And so then, but instead of being appalled by it, I go, I could definitely make something better than that. And just get better as I go. And so, but I think it'd be a fun, I said, when I do, cause I draw also, but, when I'm doing, but I used to, right? I used to draw little, animations and things, and, the intro for the podcast, I made that,
Wow.
the little figures.
That's really good.
And so, I can do stuff, but at the same time, it's I'm not as good as the computer is at this point. But I don't want it be my end all. I'd rather be inspired by it and be better instead of just. But it's also nice, the tools that you have. It was I didn't a good example is the golden donut. I didn't design that. That was generative AI, right? But my son gave all the descriptions and figured out how it looked, and then we made it happen. And sometimes those things are cool, and sometimes they're not. I said, I do a lot of intro videos for other people, and so sometimes I'll use those things to inspire me, and then other times I'll just make it myself. Because you just don't know, but it's you can always get better. and see. And it's always fun to see how something else would imagine your description, right? Like it's
That's
fun how it goes.
honestly a great idea. Like
Yeah.
using the AI art and then bouncing off of that.
Yeah,
That's a really good idea. I think I should.
because you're
start
using
doing
your
that.
description. And again, you're going to be disheartened because it's going to come out with a freaking thing that looks like the Ninja Turtles, and you're going to be like, I can't draw that. Like, that's
Yeah.
not a thing I draw. But you know, you can end up having something cool. Like I said, I've seen some really cool stuff. Especially if you spend time on learning how to use the algorithm
Yeah.
for your stuff. But it's really easy. And again, you can start with. I said I used Mid Journey, and I enjoyed it. It was fun to use. But then there are free ones like DaVinci, those kind of ones, and Leonardo, not DaVinci. DaVinci is the video one I use, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So there you go. All right, so now we're close to the end. We've talked about all the things. Is there anything else you want to talk about now that we're here at this
Um,
point?
I don't know. I feel like our conversation has been really nice. You
Yeah.
know, you've given me a lot of ideas on what to do with my TikTok and my art, and I cannot thank you enough for that. Honest to God.
That was not my plan. We're just gonna talk a thing. I'm not. This is not the show where I get somebody on the show and then I give them advice for their thing. But it's just like watching your stuff. It's like I see where you could do better, but at the same time, I also understand I couldn't do what you're doing. So it's like,
Honestly, I love receiving criticism. I
Yeah.
invite people to criticize my art
Yeah.
because like I know what I want, and you know when someone else is like, oh, I think the audience will enjoy this more. It's like, oh, I never thought of that.
when here's an example of that in my life. Like
Yeah.
a long time ago, so in my head, and you probably know this too. In my head, I am the most amazing at everything I do. And so
Oh.
one day I was like, I'm going to make my girlfriend a candle. And I'm going to sculpt it myself. And I'm going to make a turtle sitting on a mushroom with an umbrella.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, this is going to look awesome. And like in my head, it's exactly what you'd imagine it to be. But I don't know how to sculpt. I don't know how to sculpt wax. So what I decided to do is I go get a giant candle from a place, and then I said, well, using a chisel and knife be cool, but why couldn't I just mold it like clay?
Yeah.
And so I, like a smart person, took the candle, threw it in the microwave, and melted it down. And then while it was hot, I then proceeded to try to squeeze it and mold it to where. Could you imagine what happened at this point?
Burn the baby.
Yeah, my poor hands were destroyed by
Yep.
wax being shot at my hands because my brain didn't register that you can't do that with wax. That's not how wax works, you goofball. And so I had to pivot and I started sculpting and ended up just sticking. I ended up just sticking the wax in the bowl, flip the bowl over, and then make a turtle design and put a head and legs on it. So in my head, it was this beautiful work of art, but it really was just a round piece of wax legs in it. And it did not have the mushroom or the thing. And it was a terrible. I think she liked it, but in my head, it seemed like it was going to be one cool thing, and it was not. And there's so many times where I do something like that, especially when it comes to art. There's things where it's like I've proven that I'm really good at certain things, but then other things where I think I'm good, I'm not. Like
Yep.
sculpting, I'm pretty good at actually, but other stuff I'm not so awesome at. And so it's like learning how to do it is a interesting thing. And
Oh yeah. No matter what you're learning, you're gonna get burned at some point.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing, it could be as benign as drawing on a computer. It could be as hard as whittling through stone. You're gonna monumentally screw up at some point. I've done that many times before. Trust me.
That's funny.
I remember when I first picked up drawing again when I was in high school. I found this like Pokemon handbook in my bedroom, and I was like, "Oh, cool! Like, why don't I? It's like, why did I stop drawing Pokemon out of this thing?" And then I found this old binder where I had a bunch of my old drawings as a kid. I was like, "Oh, that's why."
Like, I was not as good of a Pokemon driller as I thought I was. Yeah, no, I'm in there. Like, I was amazing. No, I was not amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
I really need to draw Pokemon again. I was really good at it back in high school, and it's all freehand. I don't do tracing. I feel like it's a slap in the face to anybody who does that kind of art. And it's like, oh, let me just use that for myself. No, I look at the Pokemon drawing, I put it on my page, and that's it.
yeah,
I've been told it's pretty good.
and
But,
again, that's how you get better. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, tracing can be helpful at some points because it can help you learn how to do edges you wouldn't normally how to do.
Yeah.
But again, it's a combination of things that make it happen. Why am I just seeing Helldivers? Do I want to play Hell? Have you played Helldivers? Is that a? Why am I like? I want to play Helldivers today. Sorry,
I've heard good things about Helldivers.
I never played it. I don't even know why it's on my thing. Oh, it's because I was playing on Incredibox, so Steam is up. So Steam's trying to sell me stuff, and it almost won. I was like, oh,
I think Helldivers is $40. I think.
yeah, that's definitely not in my budget at the moment.
No, not mine either. Trust me.
I said, yeah, no, right now I'm playing Fortnite and Magic, so those take up enough time playing games.
Yeah,
In
definitely.
general, and they have a new set for Magic came out today. So,
Oh no.
and so, but I'm playing online, so I'm not spending as much money as I would if I were to play it in real life. And this one's hard because it's just a remake of like all the cards that I have. So it's like,
Yeah.
what am I even getting new in this set? But it's what it is. Can't be mad about things that work out. Oh,
Mhm.
look at us, so cool. Oh, David, as always. Oh, that guy's cool. There's this dude. I think I told you about him. My friend David Robinson. He has a podcast where him and his wife play Pathfinder,
Ooh.
and they do a full podcast about it. Or no, not Pathfinder. No, they do actually D&D. So it's a D&D thing. They were one of my probably like a few seasons ago, but he always likes the show. But he had a really cool podcast about and they play D&D. So him and his friends.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah. All right. So we have talked about all these fun things. All right. Is there anything that you want me to make sure that's in the wrap today?
Make fun of my stutter.
Oh, I'm not. Sure. I don't want. I'm not roasting you. This is just a fun song.
I know.
Sure.
I know.
I can do a
If you don't
lighthearted stutter joke.
It's all right. I've come to accept my stutter.
Yeah. No. I said I have friends. I have friends that are like the sickest rappers I know, but in real life, their talking is all stuttered, but their rapping is insane.
Nice.
And when they perform, like the stutter isn't there at all. It's just when they talk that they get a little freaked out.
It's when
and
the
it's
rapping
interesting.
is when their mouth is as fast as their brain.
Yeah,
That's how my
And that-
family described stuttering to me.
makes sense. I said my brain goes pretty crazy when it comes to doing this. So, all right. So I'm going to give you three options of tracks that we can play for
sir.
your song. So I'm just going to randomly pick one here. I'm going to actually go with ones that look like things you would appreciate. This one's called Crystal Castles.
Hmm.
Feel like you might enjoy this one by the name alone. So
It already sounds cool.
yeah, these are by my friend Joe November, who lets me use his tracks for this. And so thank you, Joe November. You're awesome. One day I'll have a viral song so you can appreciate letting me borrow these. So.
Sounds nice. Sounds a little too peaceful in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it's probably going to change. But,
Okay.
we'll give it a second.
Sorry.
Nope, still pretty peaceful. It's nice, though.
It is, yeah.
All right, so you're looking for something a little more. All right, here you go. Black Lupin is this one. It takes a second for the beats to pop up, so
It's all right. No worries.
a joys. I was hoping I was going to do it on time. I still went over an hour today.
Oh, Oh, sorry. That sounds pretty good. If you want, we can do Crystal Castle. That sounded really good.
All right, and then let's see. Oh, here we go. Compadre Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Okay, which one would you like?
I like that one. Let's do that.
All right, Compadre Part 2. All right, so we're going to check my levels here. So, can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Hey everybody, how you doing? If you go in time, now I cannot say what I'm saying when I can rock a rhyme. Do you hear my voice louder than the beat, or is it about the same level?
Your voice is above it.
Okay, so all right, we're gonna try something else real quick, just because I'm worried about it.
Well, it's not like drowning out the music. I can still hear both.
Well, it's probably gonna change. I just want to. I have it one way for the talk, but for the beat, I'm a little concerned it being not good enough. So here we go again, one more time. Now you gotta be. I'm right when I was running, but I'm waiting for me. I had to find the tree, and I could look what they could say. How's that?
That's good.
All right. So here we go. Let me start the music up here. Start from the beginning, and all right, let's talk about the things we talked about today and have a fun time. Here's your song about what we talked about today. Hey. Now I am chilling with the lurch to the atom to the place. He's 6'12", I think so, only if I weigh. Probably 6'2", only if I can't see. But when my daughter was looking at him, she was like, he's tall, G. I know sometimes I never get it when I go and right. He's only go chicka-cha, like he feel it right. With his stutter only sounding like an old school 90s song. If we gotta keep it so cool, I never pretend, but sometimes I get it down. We gotta do art, we're feeling that D&D now. That's Dungeons & Dragons to the people that don't know. And if you gotta see it with your dragon kin, bro, I was thinking, oh no, cause I gotta explode with a simple warlock trying to get my nose, yo. Or fairies, and fairies can't be if they do. If they were fairy deities, what the heck would you do? I know sometimes we can sit there and we tripping it through, living your campaign like it was your homies and cool, doing weird things. The DM is so angry, you never exhale and breathe with the things that you see. We got Metallica chilling cause we know where we go. We were just more hungry talking about that puzzle, bro. We were like, I want some pizza for myself. If only if I get nothing else matters, I can feel it and grow. I could even say that I enter the Sandman, but my plan bigger when I'm getting like a super clan. And now I get it cause I get it when I go. Yes, I'm unforgiving when I write these little flows and I trip through, sit through, looking for a venue. People are cool when they pretend, but they get cool. Now I got to get you sitting for the lifetime. And now we get on this TikTok and we find mine. People are mean and their comments are whack, but we got to keep on moving past that. Understand this little track that we can never get it when we get through. Sometimes I break it down and then I'm saying so true, not pretending like it's all the same. But now I get through the question and I'm running this way. Me and Josh having a great time talking about these things, and bro, how we can grow and make the things that we know better than we used to do it before. But now we getting through. I wasn't waiting for a simple little avenue. It's like me trying to make a wax turtle. It didn't go well, and then I was looking in the world and still I can't define it. Wonder what I'm doing. Sometimes only if the rhymes ain't choosing. I guess we're done. That's my rap for today. And everybody clap your hands and move this way.
Woo! That was awesome. Honestly, that was really, really good. Thank you so much for that.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm appreciative that you enjoyed it. It was fun. I said our conversation inspires that rap, so But then I also add the stuff that would make you laugh, like talking about the D&D stuff or the Metallica stuff.
Yeah, that was really funny.
And so, how many times, like, I was going to ask you earlier, like, you're writing the campaign. Do you want to be the DM, or are you going to not do that to yourself?
I would love to be the DM.
I feel like that's the worst job. It's like you plan all this stuff and then they destroy your stuff in a matter of seconds. You're like, I made all these bad guys to kill all these dudes, and then they figured out a way to murder everybody at one moment. Then you're like, oh, now I have to make up stuff, which is my favorite thing to do. I love making up stuff on the spot. But I do love watching my DM squirm when that's happening.
Oh, it's hilarious doing that, honestly.
Yeah, no, it's the more fun part. Like, it's like, I see those dudes that do the DM things, or the how to destroy your DM in matters of seconds on TikTok. I like those dudes; those are fun. Or even talking anime. I forgot about putting anime in raps today, but hey, I already had the other stuff. But thank you again, Josh, for spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed yourself.
I did.
If you're looking for him on TikTok, it's at Lurch Adams with a underscore at the end of it. Right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, because that name was already taken.
Yeah, of course. And if you want to check him out on TikTok, that's where he is doing his art thing. And thank you again for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, no problem. I hope you had fun. I always try hard to put different kind of people on the show. Like some people that do one thing or do another thing, or people that never done a show like this, or somebody that's done 57 podcasts. Is this the first podcast you've been on?
This is the very first podcast I've ever been on.
That's awesome. So I'm glad that you could spend time with me. But hey guys, if you're liking this content, make sure you like and subscribe, and then make sure that on Tuesdays on Wednesdays, normally the podcast will come up on Spotify and everywhere else where you're not watching it live. And if you're listening to this on this podcast, come back and see us on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. CST, and we will join the conversation. I would love to add your words into the rap or do those kind of things. It's always very fun to do that. If you're looking for a new website, make sure you go to nomadweb.design. They do great websites at the DARS at flowsforyou.com. The number 4, the letter U. If you're looking to be on the show, go to that same website and send me an email and say, hey, Scout, I'd like to be on the show. And I will make that happen because I love having people on the show that like the show. And so that makes me smile. And to all those other people, we love you. And I think you can find us everywhere at Flows, the number 4, the letter U. Some places Flows to You Pod, but I think it's just Instagram. Everywhere else it's Flows 4, the number 4, the letter U. So please come like us and subscribe us on those channels too. And we will see you next Tuesday at 8 p.m. CST. And I hope that you have a great time. It's Flows for You, Flows for You. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Thank you, Josh, for being on the show. And I will talk to you. Stay on the phone or stay on the line while I end the show, and I'll make sure I say bye to you. Normally, I assume you'd like to see the ending of that video because you seemed interested when you were watching it. So here's the end. Here we go.
Are you looking for a different kind of podcast? How about informative and clean? It will make you laugh. Scout and Trey, yeah, that's what we do. We got a little funny thing, keeping it true. Hey, we take your topics and all your ideas and bring in a guest and we answer them there. Then we make a freestyle rap and do it for you. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Yep, flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do. Say it flows for you, flows for you. This is what we do now. This is what we do.